Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to my panels. So my name is Muhammad Aiman bin Haji Ishak and my metric number is DN 200110. So I am the final year student and I will present about my bachelor degree project 1. So my supervisor is Dr. Adil Yahya Ishak and my title project for bachelor degree project 1 is forward reverse starter motor control with IoT. So first of all, this is the content for my presentation. First is the problem statement, my project objective, scope of work, expected result, the review of control circuit for forward reverse motor, my project flowchart, my system flowchart, block diagram, circuit diagram, 3D modeling for my prototype, list of hardware, the conclusion, and last one is the Gantt chart. So the first one is I will present about the problem statement. So problem statement number 1 is the amount of time needed to start and stop motor operation. So basically, in the traditional step, the operator need to go to the motor and push the start button to turn on the motor. If any fault happen or overcurrent detected, operator also need to push the button to turn off the motor. So this procedure will result in the time taken to turn on and turn off the motor operation. So my project is starter motor control with IoT. So this device will allow the operator to turn on or turn off the motor by using their smartphone. They only need the Wi-Fi connection. So the problem statement number 2 is lifetime of a motor and the related fees of maintenance. So that is a different amount of time that each item or machinery can be used. The way in which a user interact with their device can also affect how long that device lasts. So in this project, I will use relay and connect to the contactor for a safety purpose or protection for the motor. So if any overcurrent detected by current sensor or current transformer, the relay will be de-energized and the motor will turn off. So if anything overcurrent or what happen, the motor will turn off immediately, and this will increase the lifespan of the motor and will reduce the maintenance fee for the motor. So the problem statement number 3 is the procedure for collecting data for motor control. In traditional, measure the current value is using a climameter. So the measured value need to be recorded, and if there is a different type of motor, so the value of measured current will be different. So for example, if there is a forward reverse starter motor or a star delta starter motor have a different measured value of current. So using the current transformer, so it will easier to the operator to measure the value of the current. So my project objective is number 1 is to develop a device that can control the motor starter using IoT. Number 2 is to develop a protection device for motor starter, and last one to develop a graphic user interface. So scope of work, the first one is this device is used for forward reverse starter motor only, and this device use a relay for a protection purpose of a safety purpose. And the last one is the target is for forward reverse starter motor that widely used in industry. So my expected result for this project is number 1, this device has the capability to make the work of the operator easier by giving them the ability to start and stop the motor using nothing more than their smartphone. When an excessive current is detected or overcurrent detected, this device also have the capability of providing protection for the motor. Through the graphic user interface, user may also access data such as current value. So this device will allow the operator to turn off or turn on the motor by using their smartphone. So they only need a Wi-Fi connection, and this device also have the protection device for the motor. And the last one is the user can monitoring the data or measured value of current using the graphic user interface. So next is the review of control circuit for forward reverse motor. So for the control circuit, we use 3 button, push button, which is stop button, forward button and reverse button. And we have 2 contactor, which is for forward contactor and reverse contactor. So when we push the forward button, the forward contactor will be energized and the contact for contactor forward will change the condition. If the contact is normally closed, it will change to normally open, and if the contact is normally open, will change to normally closed. So when the forward contactor is energized, if we push the reverse button, there is nothing happen because this is a interlock at the push button. So we need to push the stop button first to energize the reverse contactor. So the reverse contactor will energize with the same step for we energize the forward contactor. So next I will present about the project flowchart. So this is my project flowchart, which is start the project. So I start the project by review for the previous project. After that I will design circuit and I will testing for the design circuit. If there is nothing problem, I will develop to the circuit, and if anything happen, I will testing and troubleshooting, and if anything happen, I will integrate the system. After I testing and troubleshooting the integrated system, so I will proceed to my prototype. So this is my project flowchart. So this is my system flowchart. So the first one is start, which is we start the system using the signal from our smartphone. So when the system is start, so the current sensor will measure the value of current and will give feedback to the Arduino, and LCD will display the current value. So if the measured current is over 6 ampere, the relay will switch to normally open and contactor will be disenergized and motor will turn off. If the current is smaller than 6 ampere, the relay will switch to normally closed and contactor will be energized and motor will turn on. So this is my system flowchart. So next is my block diagram for this project. So the main component is Arduino, which is our microcontroller. So my input is the current sensor and the output is LCD display and relay and ESP8266. So this Arduino need a power supply 5 volt to its operate. So next is my circuit diagram. So this one is LCD and this one is my Arduino, and I will use 2 relay because for forward reverse starter motor we use 2 contactors, so I need to use 2 relay to control each contactor, one for forward contactor and one for reverse contactor. So this one is potentiometer. This potentiometer function to adjust the brightness of LCD, and this is my current sensor, which is act as my input. It will give a feedback from the current entering the motor. And the last one is ESP8266, which is Wi-Fi module. So this Wi-Fi module that allow us to control the system by using our smartphone with a Wi-Fi connection. So this is my 3D modeling prototype. So the square one is my LCD. So we will read the LCD display. So this one is my casing, and this wire is connected to the contactor. So the relay, the power supply, the Arduino, all is inside the casing. So the current sensor will be give a feedback from the current entering the motor. So this is my list of hardware that I use for this project. First is a current sensor or current transformer. This is used for give feedback current and act as input to Arduino. The second one is LCD display. The third one is ESP8266, which is Wi-Fi module. Next, I will use Arduino. Second is a relay. So relay, I will use for two relay, for one for contactor forward, one for contactor reverse. And the last one is a DC supply. DC supply used to supply the supply to the Arduino operate. So in conclusion, this project make it possible to use a mobile device to control the operation of a motor. The development of this device also had the goal of improving motor safety as well. An additional data collection option is provided in the form of graphical user interface. And lastly, the goal of this project was to keep up with the latest innovation in the 4.0 industrial revolution. So we are in industrial revolution 4.0, which is everything is controlled with IoT, which is need Wi-Fi connection. So that's why I come up the idea for this project, because this project will allow the operator or user to turn on or turn off a motor by using their smartphone with a Wi-Fi connection. So the last one is my Gantt chart. So this is my Gantt chart from the week 1 to week 13. So everything will be according to this Gantt chart. And last one is thank you. That's all from me.